Hello, everybody, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night. It is March the 2nd of 2023, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yeah!
Heck yeah! Another Thursday night means another night of reviewing and praising and trashing some of the best moments in professional wrestling. I'm your host, Jose Casabona, also the host, founder,
Check that
executive
out.
producer.
Your lovely little belt there. Isn't that so sweet?
And I
Should we
appreciate
remind
that.
people what your name is once again, Jose?
Yes, my name is Jose Casabona.
Yeah.
I am the host of this show, also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of this entire channel. And on behalf of the Ravens flock, we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in anytime that we are live. So hats off to you, or in this case, beanies off to you.
Except Jose is not taking his beanie off because
It's comfy. It's very comfy. It's like having a blanket over your head and not taking it off.
It's so weird.
I know.
It's a sensory thing, folks.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my attack partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thanks for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the Mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the fine folks at home, and if we've got some inner flockers in the chat, and I know we do, go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis and show off your badge showing folks how long you've been an inner flocker. Let me go ahead and say hello to our YouTube chat. We've got Nikki Bella holding it down. Thank you. Welcome, Nikki Bella. We've also got Jen Pearson and Reverie and Lisa Boo, who just enjoyed some birthday cake. Happy birthday, Lisa Boo!
Happy birthday, Lisa Boo! Birthday shout-outs. I like it. It's fun.
Indeed.
And also, hello, Reverie. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a week. I hope you're doing well. Let's go, Wancho.
Also, we got Mistress Meg in the chat. Ooh, look at the pretty colors. Exactly. Look at those pretty colors. Acknowledge the colors. You also get access to Members First and Members Only content, a special merch discount to our merch store here. Link in the description forthcoming. Like, ba-boom, right there. You also get access to us at a much closer level, where you get to give us your take, your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas for where we should take the future of this channel and the kind of content you want to see us cover. But pray tell, Jose, what exactly is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, in the interest of covering content, what we do here on Wrestle Rewind is that we review 3 of the most exciting wrestling programs in North America today. That being the WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. So, we are exactly 1 month away from WrestleMania.
It's happening!
It's totally happening!
Everybody stay calm! Okay, oh God, stay calm! It's coming!
Calm down, Juancho! Save your energy for the WrestleMania main event!
Which one? It's a 2-night show.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, people seem to really want Sami Zayn to be in the WrestleMania main event, Juan.
You don't blame him. I mean, have you seen the guy?
Yeah, I know. But we're not here to talk about that.
Sammy Mania has gone wild.
While in the grand scheme of things, we are still marching towards WrestleMania, which is a month away. Right now, in the immediate future, we are about 3 nights away from AEW's pay-per-view event, AEW Revolution, which will be on Sunday, March 5th. And it will be in San Francisco, California. A fresh change of pace, since in the past they used to held it over in Orlando, Florida, and in Chicago, and it got it started in Chicago, Illinois. So I like that AEW is expanding their pay-per-view scenes in different parts of the United States outside of the usual Chicago, the usual wherever.
Like the Midwest stuff. At least they're expanding somewhere where they know they're going to get their crowd. I mean, the Buckaroos have basically marked California with their, shall we say, marking excrea.
Oh no,
I'm
trust
going
me.
to leave it at that.
We're gonna get to the Buckaroos later on, and
Good.
and also the Impact Wrestling pay-per-view event, No Surrender, has been wrapped up. It's in the books as we march towards their next pay-per-view event, Impact Wrestling Sacrifice. More on that later. But right now, let's go ahead and start off with this week's edition of WWE NXT. But before we do that, Wancho, do us a favor and ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right. So this is the go-home show of NXT before their upcoming TV special next week, which is NXT's Roadblock. So the show opens up with another open challenge for the NXT North American Championship, issued by the champ himself, Wes Lee. And before we get to the challenger, there was a huge backstage brawl. Like, there was a huge pull apart with all of the talent backstage in NXT. Everybody's trying to fight to get into the ring to challenge Wes Lee. Like, the two final guys that were trying to fight to get into the ring were Apollo Crews and Daba Kato, the former Commander Assis, when Apollo Crews did his Nigerian gimmick, which was weird. But out of nowhere, we get an unexpected return by the form of Nathan Frazier, the student of the former WWE World Champion Seth freaking Rollins. Holy cow. He was out for a very long time. He was out on an injury. I covered the last time I talked about Nathan Frazier was like a long time ago in 2022, but he is back. He is back, and he is gunning for the gold. And these two put on a clinic to open up the show. Both of these guys are high flyers in their own right. With Nathan Frazier, I would argue that Nathan Frazier has a little bit more of an advantage in terms of running speed against the champion. Yeah.
Sorry, my brain went to a drug joke.
I know it did. You dork.
I know, I'm a dork.
You're not on drugs, are you?
Legal ones, yes.
Okay, good. Make sure it's legal. And make sure that your doctor approves it.
THC Delta 8 is legal to consume in the state of Florida. Take that.
Exactly. Now, getting back to the match. These guys went back and forth at each other. Moves and counter moves between the high flyers, which is always fun to see. I like when both of them tried to one-up each other and trying to do like top rope dives to the outside, and each of them foiling one another. It's so awesome. And in the end, with Wes Lee getting the upper hand on the exchange, as Nathan Frazier tries to go for a suicide dive, Wes Lee intercepts him through the ropes and kicks him square in the head.
Holy crap.
I know.
That's a hell of a way to start off. Like, hey, guess what? Foot to the face.
Yeah,
Boom.
no. And then as we get later into the match, Nathan Frazier tried to put away Wes Lee with his finishing move, the Phoenix Splash, only for Wes Lee to dodge out of the way. Both of these guys continue fighting, and Nathan Frazier knocks Wes Lee off the ring apron, and Wes Lee's face collides right onto the announce table, right in front of Booker T and Vic Joseph.
Oh my goodness, I don't believe this. This is a crazy match here, dog.
It is pretty
What's
crazy.
going on, dog? It's what's happening, dog.
Yeah. And as Wes Lee is trying to get his marbles back together, Nathan Frazier goes to the top rope, tries to hit a move onto Wes Lee, only for Wes Lee to duck out of the way, and Nathan Frazier is the one that collides on the announce table.
Ow.
That announce table must be made of sturdy stuff because neither men crashed through it.
Clearly, they give the folks at NXT the nice announcers tables, because it seems like every other week the announcer tables on Raw and SmackDown keep just getting shattered by people. Here, these guys can take the NXT announce table can take it.
Yeah, I know.
It is the table.
I know, right?
I know. We're putting over a table. What the hell's wrong with us?
But Wesley as we're near the end of the match, Wesley dives right over the turnbuckle, like not through the ropes, but over a turnbuckle, and hits a tope suicida outside, wiping out Nathan Frazier, rolling him back to the ring to hit his finishing move, the cardiac kick, to get the win. Your winner and still NXT North American Champion, Wes Lee.
Hot damn. Not a bad way to start the show. This is what I like. I like when you start your program off on a high-paced, exciting match to get people's blood pumping, get people excited, get the hype going.
Exactly.
That's how you're supposed to start people off. Yes, if you have a talk segment, a promo segment, have that come afterwards, or like another match after. Then you lead into like the more steady technical moves. If you have to have some comedy, I don't know why, but if you have to, sandwich it somewhere near the end to get people reminded, like, hey, remember, some parts of pro wrestling are meant to be silly and fun, not goofy, gooky fun, but still silly fun.
No, absolutely.
We're not saying fun isn't allowed. I'm saying, like, you can do it in a way that isn't disrespectful.
Exactly. This was a great opening match that not only are the fans treated to great wrestling, but also treated to the return of Nathan Frazier, and both these guys came out looking like stars at the end of the championship fight.
Jan Pearson in the chat is over here saying, I guess Wesley and Frazier wanted to make their own announcements at the table, taking the action over there. Like, nah, we're calling our own moves at each other over here. You're not going to take that from us, Booker.
I don't know. Both their heads collided on the table. I don't think they had any rational thought. I don't think they thought.
Listen, these guys are pro wrestlers. They're not technicians of audio, video, sound equipment. They only know smash, face into face things, harm people. Not point the microphone into your mouth. Not all the time.
But the exception can be made for Booker T, which is ironic because his dialogue is limited to shucky ducky quack quack.
Dog. How come says you over there, dog? That's what it's about, dog.
Once again, Booker T's commentary, it's laughable.
It's laughable. And
he's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong.
Heads. Thank you, Jen. And also, Vicente Guerrero is in the chat. Hello, Vicente Guerrero.
Welcome. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Whoa, hang on a minute.
Emily Morse showing off and celebrating being an inner flocker for 4 months.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. I like that. Very good. I like hearing that.
Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. We appreciate you here today.
But yeah, back to Booker T. Yeah, no, he is still laughable on commentary. Don't get me wrong. He's a great wrestler. He's 58 years old, and he's still kicking ass.
But please don't put a microphone in front of this man ever again.
Too late.
Oh, dang it.
But now we get to the exciting match of the night.
You mean there's a better match than this one?
Absolutely. The women's division takes the stage as the former NXT UK Women's Champion, the final boss, Meiko Satomura, goes one-on-one against Zoe Stark.
Oh, snap! Okay. I trust you on this one. Tell us.
All right. Come on. The real story in this match is, of course, Meiko Satomura and the NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, who joins her former mentor Booker T on commentary. Thankfully, the Shucky Duckies were kept quiet.
So Booker T didn't babble his blabber off the whole
time? Can you imagine him doing that and Roxanne just being embarrassed?
Roxanne,
could you imagine Roxanne trying to keep her composure?
You don't understand. You cannot take Satomura lightly, dog. It's what is going in, dog. That's what it's about, dog.
All right. I think I'm done. I'm done dragging Booker T.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go ahead and get to the match.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm not done, but yeah,
so,
we got
great back and forth action between these two female competitors. When they came back from commercial break, Zoe Stark was dominating over the former NXT UK Women's Champion. And then Meiko Satomura was able to mount a comeback, hitting a series of kicks. And at one point, Zoe Stark was at the top turnbuckle, and what's-her-face? And Meiko was able to intercept her, not only hitting a Gamagiri kick right into the face, but also kicking her again from behind, knocking her off the top turnbuckle. I thought that was pretty cool. Back-to-back kicks, you know what I mean?
Hold on.
Yes.
Did you say that she hit her with a Gamagori kick?
Gamagiri.
Gamagori?
No, Gamagiri.
You sure?
I
like she's hitting up Gamagori from Kill la Kill?
Oh my God! The technical term is Gamagiri, you frickin'... No, I will not drop F-bombs! I will not! Dork. You're a dork, man. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm downloading that freaking GIF just for this.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I wasn't even trying to, but you know what? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I'm derailing Jose a little bit in the form of an anime meme over here.
You jerk. Okay, yeah, fine. Share the meme. Let it be known that I am a fan of many different animes. One of them is Kill la Kill. And one of the characters that I do like, though not nearly as much as Angel Mendez because he won't shut up about it, is the character Gamagori Ira.
Who is this gigantic Germanic freako giant dude of relentlessly big, powerful, buffy dude. He is this big. He's so big, he goes past one post on image boards.
What's his size? Bigger than you.
Officially, that is his size. Bigger than you. So, Meiko Satomura hit Zoe Stark with a Gamagori.
Oh my god, my
with a Gamagori
mispronunciation
kick.
is going to hurt me. Anyway, so let's get back to the match.
So I had to.
No, you're fine. After mounting a comeback after a series of kicks, Meiko Satomura goes to the top rope and hits her own crossbody splash, only getting a 2 count. Zoe Stark was able to get back on her feet, get her second win. She tries to go for a 450 splash, but Meiko Satomura dodges out of the way, then hoists Zoe Stark over the shoulder, plants her with a Death Valley driver in the middle of the ring before hitting her finishing move, the Scorpio Rising, to get the win. Your winner, the final boss, Meiko Satomura.
Okay, that's what it's about. All right. Yeah, no, Zoe Stark put up a damn good fight, but there's no way that you're going to take down a legendary competitor like Satomura there, not when she's employing anime on her side.
And after the match and the post-match, there was no BS. There was no trash talking. Meiko and the champ herself, Roxanne Perez, had a stare down out of respect, like no animosity, no hatred. And yeah, that's where it ends.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's
That's how it's supposed to be. It's honorable.
There's no external conflict. There's no anger. There's no animosity between the two. But based on how the WWE is telling the story between Roxanne and Meiko, there doesn't need to be any animosity.
It's the young champion testing herself against a legendary veteran who wants to see whether or not she can stand up. And of course, this was a tit for tat. She did ask to get Satomura's help earlier, and this is the cost for it.
Absolutely. Roxanne Perez continues to climb the ladder very fast as she rises to superstardom in the WWE, and anything with Meiko Satomura's name in any wrestling match is guaranteed to be one heck of a performance. So I can't wait for their championship clash next week.
In the chat, V said the same. Booker T's commentary is a little overhyping type of guys. Still better than commentator than his brother Stevie Ray was for WCW Thunder.
Oh!
And Zoe Stark jobbing off sure lives up to the Stark last name, the House Stark of Game of Thrones. Ow.
Oof.
Also, hi there, Hassan Terrell. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. And Vicente Guerrero is asking, not sure how old Meiko Satomura is, but she looks great in the ring still. Guessing she's in her mid-40s. She is only 43 years old.
She's 43, and she still has plenty of mileage left in her tank.
Hell yeah. No, she's incredibly good. She's so good.
Absolutely.
Not even a joke.
All right. Now, let's get to the exciting segment of the night. Let's go ahead and show it off, Juancho. And it is an in-ring promo segment of Gigi Dolan. Gigi Dolan has not been on TV for weeks, not since the Ding Dong Hello talk show segment where she was betrayed by her former sister-in-arms, JC Jane, as JC Jane super kicked Gigi Dolan in the face and then drove her face through the door.
Of the little props door set that Bailey sets up, and then proceeded to stomp Gigi Dolan right on her the right side of her face, in like the orbital bone where her eye socket is. That's why it was so gnarly. Like, crap.
Gigi Dolan.
I don't care how badly you practice or how much you how light you are. A boot to the face is a boot to the freaking face.
Absolutely. Now, Gigi Dolan did make her return last week, interfering in the match with JC Jane and Indy Hartwell, and both women brawled.
Take that.
Yes.
Wait, did Indy Hartwell win the match due to disqualification?
No. Well, actually, technically, yes.
Okay, I was about
Actually, no. Technically, JC Jane won because outside interference, and yeah. But anyway, so let's get to the talk segment. This is a complete contrast from JC Jane, whereas JC Jane is obviously more heel, and it sounded a little more scripted. I mean, come on, who the hell? She said she referenced Marty Jannetty. You can't tell me that wasn't scripted.
She clearly invoked the Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels breakup of the Rockers. Like, oh no, I'm the Shawn Michaels of this duo here. I'm the one who's on top. Byosh, how dare you? Like, yeah, we get it. Relax.
Gigi Dolan's promo, however, was more organic. It was a lot more compelling, more emotional, and as she was going on about her trials and tribulations of being a star, of being a wrestler in the WWE, and she even brought a little bit of personal life into this promo segment as she was talking about her difficulties with her mother, and she has a little brother who looks up to her, and she even mentioned that her dream was to make it into the WWE to help her little brother to get his little brother away from the toxicity of their mom.
That's some real deal stuff.
That's
man.
some real deal stuff.
Dang.
Yes. Gigi Dolan continued on with this promo by saying that by daring JC Jane to bring everything that she's got next week at Roadblock, because she will beat the ever-living bejesus out of JC Jane, and that will be the final nail in the coffin that is Toxic Attraction.
It's a damn shame, too. They were the most dominant women in NXT, the three of them together. Mandy Rose was holding the NXT Women's Championship. Then she had to drop the title
Due to controversy.
Due to bullcrap, really. I mean, it is bullcrap.
It is bullcrap.
And now, JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, who held the women's tag championships for forever and a day, they had it twice, right?
That's right.
And you figure, okay, we'll keep ourselves as a tag team, we'll keep ourselves together. But truthfully, without Mandy Rose,
there's really not much.
There's no has no further life left in it. Unfortunately.
Exactly. And yes, you are right. Toxic Attraction was a great faction. So was the Shield. So was D-Generation X. However, like all other factions, like the laws of the universe, what goes up must eventually come down.
That is a little sad, but it's really more the circumstantial way of it falling apart rather than rather than how usually the factions split up or they have their own dissension and conflict and stuff between them. But
that being said, as far as storyline goes, I don't see this ending immediately next week. I think their rivalry is going to continue on until their NXT pay-per-view event Stand and Deliver, which will be on Saturday, April 1st. That's just my guess.
Well, here's where we're gonna find out. We're gonna see how it rolls.
Absolutely. Now we get the match of the night. This is more on the undercard. It's another one-on-one women's match with Elektra Lopez going up against Sol Ruca.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, Sol Ruca has been impressive as of late. And even K-Storm, who doesn't really follow our wrestling coverage over here. By the way, hi, honey. Please support us. Anyway, point is, it's pretty wild that Sol Ruca is still considered like women's mid-card. You'd think that with different vacancies happening, like Mandy Rose dropping off off of WWE,
Nikita Lyons being gone for almost is set to be gone for a year due to injury and recovery.
Yeah, you'd think that would give more opportunity for these women. So I'm surprised to hear that Sol Ruca is being considered a mid-carder.
Well, we'll see. There's a lot of buzz surrounding her right now, and in this match, there is a story with Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez is still trying to get Valentina Feroz to embrace the dark side.
What?
Yeah, trying to get her to be another cheater just like herself. And this match was pretty standard. I would not say anything spectacular. Neither of them were lazy, but this match was okay. Like I said, the real story was focused around Elektra Lopez and Valentina Feroz. And Elektra Lopez, during the match, she was dominating. She even at one point went near the finish of the match, went over to the turnbuckle to look for the brass knuckles that she hid in there, only to discover that Valentina Feroz has her brass knuckles, and she refuses to give it to Elektra Lopez. Ha! So all that distraction bought Sol Ruca enough of a small window, to finally hit her Soul Snatcher finishing move to get the win. Your winner, Sol Ruca.
Okay, not bad at all. I like that bit of storytelling. So, tell me how this is a meh or not so overwhelming match for you then.
Well, because first of all, number one, like I said, the match was pretty standard for a women's match, and Elektra Lopez, I don't know, it's just hard for me. I'm not knocking on Sol Ruca, but Elektra Lopez, I feel like in some of the spots she's a little how do I best describe it without sounding harsh?
Comes off like she's got
little
what are her
tiny-
boots untied?
Kind of stiff-ish, kind of.
Okay, kind of stiff, not polished.
Yeah. Also, the storyline with Valentina is just I'm not buying it. And speaking of which, in the post match angle, Valentina Feroz had enough of Elektra Lopez's shit, and then knocked Elektra Lopez out with the brass knuckles.
Okay, so this is good storytelling. Like, come on, man, what the hell?
Okay, fair enough. It's just that, like, in the grand scheme of things, where you have JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, best friends turning bitter rivals. You have Roxanne Perez and Meiko Satomura for the NXT Women's Championship. You have all this going on, and yes, the argument can be made with Fallon Henley and Kiana James being another high-level angle with their.
Hey, we're the women's tag champs.
We're the women's tag champions, but I'm totally dating your guy friend or whatever.
Yeah, I'm totally
you
dating
can
your guy
argue
friend
that
because
we're
we're business partners, and I helped you save your bar.
Yeah. Compared to what's going on in the grand scheme of things, like that storyline with Valentina and Elektra just
doesn't. Okay, I see what you mean. It doesn't quite seem to match up.
Yeah.
With the rest of the ladies. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, that explains it. All right.
And Sol Ruca is great. I just wish he had a different match with a much awesome opponent.
Much more on her level type of opponent, you mean?
Yeah.
Let me see. Vicente is over here saying it's true about a boot getting brutal. Survivor Series, whatever year it was. Lita got busted open hard ways after Ivory lifted her foot when Lita was running after her. WWE banned shoes with a heel on them from that point on. Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it was Survivor Series 2000.
Yeah, it had to have been. It had to have been 2000 because wasn't that when Ivory was doing Right to Censor?
That's right.
Yeah, and that would be the only way that she would have had any boot with any boot or footwear where the.
By the way, fun personal fact about us: Survivor Series 2000 was the first wrestling pay-per-view event that me and Juan attended when we were kids.
We were the ones who got to see. We kind of got shafted seat-wise. We sat.
At the nosebleed section, let's not lie.
Number one, up in the nosebleed section, and number two, almost behind the stage, so we could see when the Undertaker was rolling out, rolling.
Hey, I thought it was cool.
That's not what I mean. I'm talking about we also got to see. This was the one where Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H fought for the championship.
No, actually, no. No. Undertaker and Kurt Angle fought for the championship.
And Kurt Angle swapped out with his brother.
Yeah. And Austin tried to commit vehicular manslaughter on Triple H.
Yeah, right, because he had Triple H was hiding inside a car, and Austin grabbed the car with a forklift and dropped the car. Oh, my God. Oh, holy shit.
That was fun. I liked it.
What they didn't show you on that was that after that took place, people were cheering and freaking out inside the arena because the camera followed Austin getting out of the forklift, walking back into the arena, and just sitting in the middle of the freaking ring, drinking back Steve Weisers afterwards.
Yes!
Celebrating his potential martyr of Triple H.
Yes! I don't care. That was fun.
This was at the Amalie Arena. Back then, it was called the Ice Palace. But before it was the St. Pete Times Forum, and now it's called the Amalie Arena. It's the stadium downtown in Tampa.
Exactly. Now, here's a segment that unfortunately does not live up to that much. It's a backstage segment. It started the segment started like this. They caught the camera caught Nathan Frazier recovering from his match, and then apparently there was another vicious attack in the parking lot where Wendy Chu was attacked by an unknown assailant.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know. And Caden Carter and Katana Chance are at the scene, and they're confused at who the mysterious attacker could be. Whoever it is, the only coincidence I could draw is that apparently this attacker likes to stalk the women in the parking lot.
And stalk women, yeah, in the parking lot. Holy cow! What is this? First Nikita Lyons and now Wendy Chu, the sleepy pajama girl. Crap in a basket, man.
I know. What's up with WWE security and neglecting the parking area? Oh yeah, right. This is WWE NXT security. They're not busy concerned about the personnel.
They have matches to worry about.
Yeah, they're trying to win WWE performance contracts.
Okay. Seriously though, I did see a thing. It turns out that the injury that Wendy Chu suffered is legit, so she is also legitimately sidelined.
Oh, man. Don't you hate it when the injury bug comes a-knocking?
Okay, but here's the question: who are they gonna pin these leg attacks on? What is Tanya Harding now part of NXT? Is she just kneecapping people left and right now?
Thank you for Tanya Harding.
I'm
my
old.
goodness. I don't think anybody's going to get it.
If anyone is as old as me, you'll understand. This is the world of figure skating in the 90s. Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan were the top figure skaters in the U.S.
Wasn't Tanya Harding also dating Galooly or something?
I don't know who the hell that is. I don't care. Point is that Tanya Harding apparently hired someone to attack Nancy Kerrigan while she was practicing, and Tanya's like, "Oh, I have to be the best by all means necessary," or whatever.
Brutal.
It was brutal.
All right. Now let's get to the main event, and this is a one-on-one
We're
clash.
going to the main event already? Shoot.
Yes, indeed.
We're not going to talk anymore about Wendy Chu. No.
Well, there's really not much to say.
That's
I
sad.
mean, except I do wish for a speedy recovery.
Okay, yeah, no, true. Vincent, a friend of mine, went to Royal Rumble 96 live. He said after Razor Ramon versus Goldust, Razor took the Goldust wig that he would wear and wiped his armpits with it.
Oh, the disrespect!
Oh,
Damn!
that's some major shade from the bad guy, Chico.
I know, right?
Hey, yo.
But now let's get to the main event. It is the former NXT UK champion Tyler Bate going one-on-one against the former NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, Mello is massively pissed off.
Yes.
He's not money right now. He is pissed.
Oh yeah, and these two are high-profile stars that deserves to be in the conversation to contend for the next to contend against Braun Breaker for the NXT title. No disrespect to Jinder Mahal, but this is 2023, not 2017. I think the window of opportunity to take Jinder Mahal seriously has come and gone.
I'm sorry. I guess it's time to hinder Jinder some more.
Yeah, I know, right? So, anyways, getting back to the match. These guys are absolutely amazing. Two different wrestling styles, and yet they complement each other in the ring. Especially with Tyler Bate dominating, using his European strong style against Carmelo Hayes. And Trick Williams was at ringside as well, getting involved whenever he can with the referee's back turned. First time he tried to get involved, he got socked in the face by Tyler Bate. Oof. And then Tyler Bate refocused his attention onto Carmelo Hayes, hitting all of his top moves. His airplane spin, which is so crazy. I still don't know how he does it, and he doesn't get dizzy and nauseous. That's awesome. Let's see here. Everything was going on the up and up for Tyler Bate. He was even going to go to the top rope to hit the spiral tap flying move, but Trick Williams distracted him just long enough for Carmelo Hayes to duck out of the way and then hit Tyler Bate with the code breaker, and then finally putting him away with his finishing move to get the victory. Your winner, Carmelo Hayes.
Hot dang, that is insane, man. That's a hell of a match, and yeah, no, Carmelo is not playing around.
Carmelo is not playing around, especially since now it looks like they're setting up for Carmelo Hayes to challenge Braun Breaker for the NXT title.
Oh.
That's the real story.
Oh.
It is time. I have said this time and time again over in the past. Carmelo Hayes is ready for the main event to challenge for the NXT Championship, and now it's coming to fruition.
You really think that this is it?
I think Carmelo Hayes is the guy to take the strap off of Braun Breaker.
Holy crap! I don't deny that. I don't deny that Carmelo Hayes has got the skills for it. And Hassan, we're doing really well over here. We're just trying to stay solvent.
Of course,
stay alive.
All right, and oh yeah, you're going to be staying alive. You better try and stay alive, because we're about to talk about this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Let the fuse hit the boom, Dynamite! Oh no. Vicente, I like Jinder Mahal. Guy's got himself in great shape, tons more muscle. Still not sure if he's improved tons more in the ring. I get why others are not into him. If you believe Ryback, that Jobber takes roids. And yeah, I wouldn't believe Ryback if he said water was wet.
Yeah, no. Well, no one should ever
sorry.
take. No one should ever take Ryback seriously.
Sorry, I don't take Ryback seriously in any way, shape, or form. Mofo tries to demand $100 million contracts because he doesn't know how to budget his money.
Ha! Demanding $100 million. This is coming from the guy who didn't even win the $1 million Tough Enough.
Exactly. I hope you'll excuse me. I'm just It's
How's that for a fun fact about Ryback, huh, Juan?
Yeah, that's not that fun, but it is a fact. It's not fun for him because, he sucks.
This week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in San Francisco, California. This is the go-home show before their pay-per-view event, AEW Revolution.
So, just so we're clear, we are covering the main event of Revolution next week?
Yes, we are.
Oh, right. And
But
that's
this
on Sunday, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, if we said to yes when Ryback says a guy's on steroids, you read it like WTF, like, excuse me, dude, exactly what have you been huffing all these years, Ryan Reeves?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're dead naming him because he's embarrassing.
Yeah, Ryan Reeves. You don't have a leg to stand on, okay?
For real.
That
For
being
real, for
said, this was a stacked card that they have for Dynamite. Like you could accuse them for hot shotting, but because a lot of these matches should belong on the pay-per-view, but I don't know.
I'm definitely accusing them of hot shotting. I don't give a damn.
Well, the show opens up with a one-on-one clash for the AEW All Atlantic Championship as Big Bill, accompanied
from
the firm, accompanied by Stokely Hathaway.
Why does Stokely Hathaway look so angry all the time?
He always looks angry. Have you remember him when he was Malcolm Bivens in NXT?
I don't remember him being this angry looking, though.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I can see, like, this isn't exactly the highest resolution photo, but I can see every crease and wrinkle in the frown of his eyes. Look at this man.
Okay, you know what? The argument can be made that...
Look at him.
I know.
Look at how angry he is.
But let me explain.
I'll let you explain, but as long as you look into his eyes.
You dork.
Look at that anger.
God, you're being dumb.
Yes, I'm being dumb, but take a look at that for crap's sake.
I know, he's angry.
He's also shorter than everyone else in the firm, isn't he?
Yes, he is. When he was in WWE and NXT, he was cartoonishly angry because it was under the Vince McMahon filter. In AEW, he's just angry.
That doesn't make it better.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's not the focus. The match is. It's Big Bill challenging the AEW All-Atlantic Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Okay, so, all right, so this is...
Oh, crap.
Oh, thank you for that.
No, the show's not over. Sorry about that.
No, it's not over. So this is a classic David and Goliath clash. Obviously, Big Bill relying on his size and power moves against Orange Cassidy, who uses his speed, agility, and wit. And at one point, Orange Cassidy even got up in Stokely Hathaway's face at ringside until he turned his attention back at Big Bill. So Big Bill started dominating at ringside. They took the timekeeper's table and set it up at ringside, and Big Bill looks like he's poised to choke slam Orange Cassidy through the table. Orange Cassidy did fight back, and he was even going to leap off the ring apron to do a dive. But then Big Bill catches him throat first and choke slams him through the table in front of the referee.
What?
By normal circumstances, that match should have ended in a disqualification.
Using an outside object, an outside weapon in order to gain advantage of the match, usually, calls are automatically disqualifying. Remember this, it is important. Folks.
Am I missing something? Is there a loophole to this disqualification?
Apparently, the loophole is what rules? Adriana G is in the chat. How's it going, Adriana G? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
And Vicente is answering us. Stokely Hathaway is now dressed like he's part of some 70s Black Panther group.
You're right. He is. He's got black clothes. He's got the black beret. He's got the sunglasses on. My goodness.
Like, dude, no, just no.
Yeah.
LOL accidental bell ring like a WCW Saturday Night episode. It happened there once, and the guys in the ring froze for about 5 seconds.
Thank you, Vicente.
That was not on purpose.
I know. It's okay. So getting back to the match, this was kind of clunky to watch, mainly on Big Bill's end, but it's to no surprise. Big Bill throws Orange Cassidy out of the ring not once, but twice. And then at one point, Big Bill is about to choke slam Orange Cassidy onto the ring apron. Orange Cassidy was able to fire back by hitting him with an orange punch outside of the ring. Both men then take the action back into the ring. Orange Cassidy was able to hit Big Bill with a spinning tornado DDT. and then put him away. And then he finally put away the tired embarrassing band from Queens, New York, with not one orange punch, not two orange punches, but three. And he made sure that the third one was super effective as Orange Cassidy jumped off the top turnbuckle and hit a flying orange punch, knocking the big guy down and pinning Tim to win. Your winner and still AEW All-Atlantic Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! I'm ready for
Not
Orange.
bad. Okay,
Okay,
not bad,
so
but still.
Yeah, say what you want about Orange Cassidy. There are fans who like him, there are fans who don't. But one thing is certain, and one thing that has been consistent, he has been defending the All-Atlantic Championship, and he has been defending it in pretty damn good matches. And yes, surprisingly, he was able to get a good match out of Big Bill. Who knew?
Hey, that's like drawing blood from a stone. I mean, like, dude, that's kind of horrifying to consider. Like, dude, you got a good match out of freaking Morrissey. Yeah, I get it. The guy's got his own set of skills, but he still lumbers like a mother heifer. I mean, come on.
I mean, he's a big, tall dude. I mean, it's to be expected. When it comes to big hoss wrestlers like W. Morrissey, Big Show, or the Great Khali, like you're not gonna expect like a lot from them.
Big Van Vader.
Okay, well, shit, you're right. Big Van Vader is the exception to the rule.
Rikishi Fatu.
Wait, that's debatable.
Oh, really? Like, no one's actually going to say that when Rikishi took that massive drop from the six-man Hell in a Cell match in Armageddon that same year, what was it, 2000? Or was it 2001? What was it? No,
It was 2000. It was 2000 Armageddon.
Yeah, like, that didn't take nerve, that didn't take balls, and also the speed that Rikishi would run around in, him going corner to corner, freaking turnbuckle, body toss over there. Jesus, hell no.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right. Not every big hoss dude can move at that speed. Okay? Can we agree with that?
Yeah, true.
Because I don't see Von Wagner doing any of the cool stuff.
Well, that's a terrible example, Jose. It's Von Wagner. The guy is a charisma vacuum.
Yeah, I know. Even
he's
Big
a
Bill's
Johnny
more.
Ace clone.
Even
Come on.
Big Bill's more entertaining than him.
Let's not. Okay.
I know,
No.
I know.
You're cursing things back and forth with the most unholy of opinions, Jose. So I'm not going to stand for that. Vicente is saying strange that Big Bill doesn't use the big boot or a big kick anymore in the ring. He used to do that, and Morrissey was and still is better in the ring than Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
Because Enzo's busy having a consensual penis right now.
I know, right?
He's a little busy right now.
But now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and this is a match that should have belonged on the pay-per-view, and this is a ladder match, the Face of the Revolution ladder match.
The winner gets a giant Sonic the Hedgehog golden ring.
Heck yeah.
Ba-ding!
And they also get a shot at the AEW TNT Championship.
The TNT title.
The
Okay.
TNT title, yep. The participants are as follows, from left to right. It is Konosuke Takeshita. I'm trying to remember everyone's names. Ortiz. The Masked Luchador. He's a newcomer named Commander with a K. Action Andretti. Sammy Guevara. Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Eddie Kingston. And from Ring of Honor, AR Fox.
Okay, this is a stacked match. Okay, there's a lot of representation of all sorts of different styles of pro wrestling in here. Holy shit.
Absolutely.
This seems promising.
It seems promising.
What is it doing on free television? Why don't you make people pay for this, Tony?
Yeah, seriously. Like, is the pay-per-view overstacked? Let me see how many matches are on the pay-per-view event. Give me a second.
I don't know how in the hell he came to this decision, but was this announced last week, or was this just dropped?
It was announced last week that the Face of the Revolution and ladder match would be on Dynamite
instead of at Revolution.
Instead of at Revolution. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. Still, that kind of decision making. What the hell? Don't worry about the rest of it. Let's go ahead and get into the match, shall we?
I know. Well, I'm doing this for my own curiosity. Let me see how many matches they got here. Okay, they only have 8 matches for the pay-per-view. Come on.
Let's squeeze this in.
Right?
8 matches. Concha de la madre. And what, they run 3 hours? What, did somebody request their match to take, 9 hours for these guys? Like, what the hell?
All right, so let's get to the match. This was a car crash to watch, and in a fun way. They brought out the ladders, they brought out the tables, they brought out chairs, they brought out a whole bunch of weapons, all the toys.
I'm sure Eddie Kingston had fun with that.
Oh, yeah, no, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, they brawled, they took the brawl into the stage, and they basically exited themselves from the match. I guess they got their own thing going on. They have their own storyline going on. That would only make sense if you watch Rampage.
Who's watching Rampage?
Huh? What was that? Exactly.
What?
All right. So yeah, the main focus was on the other competitors in the ring. So yeah, it was definitely, like I said, it was definitely a car crash. There was a spot during the match which is going to belong on Botchamania in the next week if they don't catch it. Yeah, no, we're going to get to that in a bit. Action Andretti and Sammy Guevara are both on the top of the ladder, and Action Andretti tries to suplex Sammy Guevara through onto the ladder, which is like bridged out behind him, like onto the rope. So picture both of them on one ladder, and there's another ladder that's set up horizontally that's connecting from the ring ropes to the ladder that they're standing on. Action Andretti misses the ladder, accidentally drops Sammy Guevara onto the ring canvas, and Action Andretti hurts himself on the ladder on his leg. I'm telling you, man, Botchamania is gonna red flag that one.
Oh man, that sucks so badly.
But don't worry, Action Andretti was able to carry on throughout the rest of the match, so that's good news.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yes,
that's nice. How thoughtful of them. How sweet. That is such a sweet thing for them to do.
Another cool spot.
Gripe in a basket, people.
Another cool spot is when AR Fox was at the ring apron, and there was another ladder bridge that was set up at ringside. He tries to attack Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs grabs AR Fox, and then he plants a Death Valley driver onto the ladder, knocking out AR Fox. All right.
Shoot!
And then as AR Fox...
hey there, Ring of Honor. Guess what we're doing? We're devaluing you some more.
I know, right? No. You want to drive the joke even more home? The new luchador, Commander, gets onto the top turnbuckle and then splashes, then does a moonsault dive or 450 splash dive. He crashes onto AR Fox. The ladder still doesn't break, but AR Fox is in a world of hurt.
Oof.
But no, later on the match... we do get a broken ladder as Daniel Garcia of the Jericho Appreciation Society interferes on behalf of Sammy Guevara, wailing on Action Andretti and Konosuke Takeshita. So Daniel Garcia sets up the ladder for Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara goes onto the top of the ladder. Action Andretti is laid horizontally onto a ladder bridge connecting from the ring apron to the security barricade. And then Sammy Guevara does a swanton dive from the top of the ladder and crashes through the bridge ladder, crashing through Action Andretti.
Good God, these guys are not letting up.
No, they're not. They're really not.
This is so mean.
Everything comes to a head as we reach the end of the ladder match. It looks like Konosuke Takeshita was about to have it won until Powerhouse Hobbs charges in like a raging bull, knocks out Takeshita from the ladder, and then he climbs up the ladder himself and grabs the Sonic Ring. Your winner and the face of the revolution, Powerhouse Hobbs.
That would be the dude between freaking fuckboy Sammy Guevara and hardcore badass slightly fluffy dude Eddie Kingston.
Absolutely.
Please do not come at me for that, Eddie Kingston. I know you're sensitive about your weight, so am I. I'm stating it as it is because so folks can point it out. Holy crap, Powerhouse Hobbs.
After the match, Powerhouse Hobbs tries to march to have a one-on-one confrontation with Samoa Joe, who was on commentary throughout the whole match, the king of television, as he calls himself.
Ouch.
And then Samoa Joe had a little bit of a pull apart with Wardlow, while Powerhouse Hobbs is sitting on a chair and he's like, hey, man, I got time. Like, he's just chilling.
Just chilling like a villain over
like,
here.
y'all can fight, and when you guys are done fighting, I got next.
Excellent. That's cocky ass Samoa Joe shit over here. Vicente, in the chat, and now Hobbs will not only get a title shot, but also a free pass to Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with his big gold ring.
Hey!
TBW, I am watching Rampage every week. The movie Rampage, written by Uwe Boll, was great action too. Brandon Fletcher kicked so much ass as the lead. And some of those ladder bumps were insane. You almost feel bad seeing the bumps. I almost feel bad, but then again, these guys know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, no. As far as Powerhouse Hobbs goes, it's nice seeing that that even though Team Taz has dissolved, it's nice seeing that the former members are finally getting their own spotlights, their own chance to shine. Powerhouse Hobbs is slated to challenge for the AEW TNT title. I really hope that Ricky Starks moves the hell on from Chris Jericho.
Action Andretti is showing that he's got some mileage in him. Takeshita and Ortiz. And,
I know, but I'm talking about the members of
Guevara.
Team. I'm talking about the members of Team Taz.
No, I want to highlight the guys in the match. Every single one of them. Even Fuckboy Guevara over here.
He deserves a mention. Yes.
Yeah, he deserves a mention. Commander. I have no idea.
Like I said, he's a newcomer luchador.
He looks like Will-o'-the-Wisp if he was a luchador with that mask. And Eddie Kingston's future in AEW is looking as bright as ever, isn't it, Jose?
About that. So after all that, when they came back from commercial break, Eddie Kingston was interviewed backstage, and the lady was trying to ask her about the circumstances with Ortiz and what's going on. To which Eddie Kingston simply just said, "I quit AEW, peace," and walks out.
It's crazy. Yeah, he was now apparently, according to the article from Cage Side Seats that we're showing you fine folks over here, which, by the way, we shall link you 3, 2, 1, and linked. Now, we're going to go ahead and read this article off to y'all over here. Eddie Kingston was technically part of a Face of the Revolution match, ladder match on March 1st episode of Dynamite, but he and his former friend Ortiz brawled onto the back early on. Announcers passed along that it took 10 security guards to separate the men behind the scenes, which is what Lexi Nair, that's the name of the interviewer, was trying to ask the Mad King when he informed her, "I quit AEW." Kingston's always had more of an anti-authority streak, and his outspoken nature has gotten him in trouble with other companies in the past. It's something that AEW's never hesitated to play up on screen, and this is probably just the latest example of that. If that's the case, they're also selling it via Eddie's media appearances, as he told Sacktown Sports 1140 he might not make it to Wednesday's Dynamite in California and Sacramento. I may not, quote over here, "I may not be in Sacramento, though it all depends on how certain things go in the locker room with the office, especially with my matches coming up on Wednesday. Not really happy about it." Yeah, so we have to have a talk, me, and I'm not going to say who's the office, but everyone knows about Tony, but there are others. We all got to get together and talk. I want to go there everywhere. I want to go everywhere, but also, I got to be a businessman and put my foot down at some point. In a calm manner, that's why I'm still trying to learn a professional manner. Further evidence of this being ultimately a storyline is the fact that Kingston had a prominent role in last week's Ring of Honor tapings. Without giving too much away, walking out on AEW would fit Eddie Kingston doing in Tony Khan's other promotion, something he figures to be doing until at least Supercard of Honor on March 31st in Los Angeles.
Okay, so this is all part of an elaborate storyline so that Eddie Kingston could wrestle in Ring of Honor.
Maybe.
Remember, when it comes to these kinds of news, you take it with a grain of salt because there are wrestlers who are experts in blurring the line between fiction and reality.
I wouldn't necessarily say Eddie Kingston is an expert, but he is more in your face about it when it comes to how he's going to blur the kayfabe and all that good jazz.
Right, exactly. And honestly, I mean, if that's the plan, then I guess it makes sense for Eddie Kingston to quote unquote quit AEW to go over to Ring of Honor.
If that's the idea, then okay, that's a hell of a way to do it.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly.
cow.
That being said,
okay.
if that's the case, hey, Eddie Kingston, best of luck to you in ROH.
Yep. Enjoy all the TV time you've got over there, man.
Oh boy.
I will not let up.
All right.
Streaming on an app is not television.
I know. They need a legitimate TV deal. Come on.
Exactly. Everyone craps about how there's nothing happening on Impact Wrestling. You know what Impact Wrestling has that Ring of Honor doesn't?
A cable deal.
A cable deal.
Yeah, you can say what you want about Access TV being bottom barrel, like one of the bottom barrel channels in network television, but at least it's a cable deal.
It's a channel on television. It is not an app. Tony, Anthony, like freaking like Rochambeau Khan. What the hell?
Tony, the snowman. We're going to make a t-shirt out of it.
I wish.
Anyways, now let's get to the exciting segment of the night, and both competitors who will be facing each other at AEW Revolution cut compelling promo segments hyping up their Texas death match. I am talking about the former multi-time AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, who is and this promo segment took place after last week's Dynamite, and he is bleeding buckets.
So it's a usual Jon Moxley.
It's a usual Jon Moxley. He's bleeding so hard that his blood is still spewing while he's been cutting the promo, and it's spilling all over the steps over in that area. Like, Moxley cut a promo basically saying like that he is a completely different animal, and advising Hangman Adam Page to not go down the same road as Moxley is, and he even
You don't want to go down my dark and evil path. I've just eaten people's body parts. I'm gonna dismember you and drink your blood.
No. You know what he says when he says it? Yeah, I taste the blood. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like life. I'm breathing life.
He is a goddamn vampire. Yeah, no, I get the idea. Tony Khan would love the movie Cocaine Bear. Yeah, no, if he said that, we've seen Cocaine Bear. He's like, so this is my destiny. I'm the bear who does the cocaine. Spoiler alert, it's a lady bear. That's one little thing. That's the plot twist there for you. The way you find out is friggin' hilarious. I'll let you find out.
So Moxley continues on with the promo, actually praising Hangman Adam Page, saying like, "Yeah, you might be a great wrestler. You also might be a great human being, but you're not me. There's only room in this world for one animal, and that's me." And that he will face him in the Texas Death Match this Sunday.
He's out to drink their blood and destroy his body and ravage his life. Blah, blah, blah.
Now, in a complete contrast to this bloody mess of a promo, we get Hangman Adam Page on screen next. And Hangman Adam Page, basically, he is a man who has nothing left to lose. He went on saying that
then lose.
He went on saying that he lost his shot at the AEW World title. He lost the tag titles. He lost a lot of his friends. He's basically got nothing left to lose against Jon Moxley. And he's basically just fired up, and he's ready to take on Moxley this Sunday. So on one side, you have Jon Moxley, who has made it very clear that he's the only man who can play this type of game, and that Hangman Adam Page is not in the same caliber as Moxley. But then you also have Hangman Adam Page, a man who literally has nothing to lose. And when a man has nothing to lose, he is dangerous.
Then he should lose.
Juan, I get it. You hate him.
Yes, I hate him. He cost us CM Punk, the son of a bitch.
Oh, my God.
Moxley or Vicente. Mox might as well steal from Savannah Evans and get the whole cannibal nickname. Right? At this point... Blah, blah, blah.
At this point, why the hell not, right? Oh, my goodness. That would be awesome.
God almighty.
All right. But that being said, this is definitely going to look like it's going to be a bloodbath. And I think that Moxley's going to be the one to stamp out the cowboy. So
you're calling in Moxley's going to win?
I'm calling in that the Death Rider, Jon Moxley, will win.
Okay.
Man, he's got so many nicknames. The Purveyor of Violence, the Death Rider.
No. No, he's a vampire. He's a freaking vampire.
How about the Titty Twister? Remember that? You thought I forgot? Did you think I forgot?
Why?
Because you brought it up first.
You're right.
It's your fault.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm tuned out of Moxley wanting to be the ultimate deathmatch guy, and I'm tuned out of dipshit Adam Page, who cost this company millions of dollars, and he's fucking like getting pushed. So I'm sorry. I've got zero interest. Like I can't. I love Moxley to death, but at the same time, I cannot abide how he has to be the bloodiest guy in all of pro wrestling every single week, and to show how hard he is, and to show off all the hardcore and the blood and the guts and the craziness and the great blood violence. And like, okay, we get it, dude.
Calm down.
No, dude, for crying out loud, if he wants to bleed so badly, go to a freaking bloodmobile. They'll take your blood gladly. Oh wait, no, don't go to a bloodmobile. He might try to rob them. They keep those things in coolers. He'll drink them like goddamn Capri Suns. Storyline wise, Mox beats Adam 98 out of 110 times. This is from a guy who marks for both of them. You're not wrong. Like
Even Bully Ray called it out on his latest edition of Busted Open Radio, saying that the overexposure of blood and all the Moxley matches is starting to make it become a little more.
It's making it mean nothing.
Making it mean nothing.
Like, okay, look.
Like, you know you're in trouble if Bully Ray, who used to bleed buckets in ECW, is saying that's too much.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Okay, what's your favorite food of all time, Jose?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Number one favorite. If just off the top, it doesn't even have to be your actual
Pizza.
Okay, and like you like pizza, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to eat pizza every single day for the rest of your life?
No.
Why?
Because I like to change it up and I like to eat a variety of foods every day.
Same thing with blood in wrestling, with hardcore stuff in wrestling. Moxley, quit feeding us pizza every week. For crying out loud, it's not that hard.
Yeah, I know. Even
Keep some blood for yourself.
Like,
at some point, you're going to suffer from anemia. Think of your kids, man.
I know, like
Think of your sexy wife.
Even Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they didn't bleed that much, and
No,
they always bleed easily.
Yeah, no, for real. Like you look at Ric Flair the wrong way, and he just busts open a freaking capillary over his cranium. No, Moxley, come on. You're still young. You're just getting out of alcohol. Wait, what is this? I just realized it. Maybe Moxley is trying to bleed out the last of his alcohol out of his blood. You know, blood alcohol content.
Maybe.
But he can only do it so much.
Yeah.
So he's using that as a reason to not to
I don't know.
I can't get drunk if if I don't have enough blood. That would be a bad thing. So I'm gonna keep myself from drinking by bleeding like a motherfucker, like a stuck pig every single week. It's a win-win.
Like, the thing is, Moxley
I figured it out.
Yeah, no, listen. The thing is, Moxley can wrestle, and he actually can wrestle matches, and he doesn't. Where there's no need for a lot of blood, but the problem is, it's.
He can't let go of trying to be Mr. Hardcore.
He can't. All right. Well, as crazy as talking about Moxley is, let's talk about this stupid nothing match that I'm about to discuss right now. It's Chris Jericho, the Ocho, going up against Pretty Peter Avalon, who...
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. This was a nothing match. It only lasted for a couple of minutes. Peter Avalon got a lot of offense on Jericho before Jericho put him away with one move, and that was the code breaker, and that's it. That's it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's it. Jericho put away Peter Avalon with just one move, the code breaker.
So that's it. Just snap the match away, Jose, please.
Just snap the match away. Then after the match,
no, snap it away.
I'll snap it away. But before I get to that, afterwards, Absolute Ricky Starks, his music hits. He comes down to the ring, chases Jericho out of the ring. Then Jericho gets on the mic and cuts his promo ahead of their match at Revolution. And the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society goes in and stomps away on Absolute Ricky Starks. I am done with this feud. I want Ricky Starks to move the hell on. I'm stopping this match out of this world right now. There, it's gone.
That's sad. Okay, number one, we get it. If you don't want to have a match, then don't make a match out of it. And if they're going to freaking beat up on somebody, then, like, okay, here's what you do. Sorry, I gotta put this stupid thing up because I'm trying to get it to a point.
No, you're fine.
The match is between Ricky Starks and Jericho at Revolution. What is there a stipulation in the match? Hardcore, no interference, no cage.
Last I checked, I think it's no holds barred.
No holds barred. Okay, so basically, it's the Jericho Appreciation Society ganging up on Ricky Starks for the.
Actually, no, it's a singles match, but the Jericho Appreciation Society, the stipulation is that the Jericho Appreciation Society, they're banned from ringside.
Okay, so they are banned. Oh, hey, how about that? Something with consequence. Now, okay, if you want to really show up, like, how badly you're going to beat up Ricky Starks, and if you're going to have somebody buried under Jericho's heel and under his weight and his girth, then what you do is you beat up on the guy that you jobbed him, that just jobbed off to Jericho. Beat up Peter Avalon. I'm not saying that that's a good thing to do. Poor Peter Avalon probably hasn't seen the light of day in over a year in terms of television time.
He's been busy on AEW Dark.
So, yeah, he hasn't seen the light of day on television for over a year now. Point is, show Ricky Starks how badly you're going to beat him up by tramping the shit out of Peter Avalon. Hello, like, dude, like, see, like, haha, this is what awaits you. I'm going to, like, I don't need the Jericho Appreciation Society. I'm going to take you on with that all by myself.
Oh, Juancho. That would be great and all, but that would be silly.
We send in the chat, Moxley is the kind of guy who can watch death matches from SPW, Freedoms, and BJW. Tons and tons of blood. He was saying it was too, like, brother. And it's funny how Peter Avalon beat the hell out of Jericho, and CJ still gets the heat by hitting his finish. Oh yeah, Jericho hit his finish. Avalon must have felt like he was working Cody again with all the offense he got in, only missing blood. And Gene Rick made it into the chat. Hello, Gene Rick.
Hello, Gene Rick. Thank you very much for joining us.
Rewind. Holy cow. This was a wreck of a match in terms of making it a segment. I guess you can make the argument like, okay, Jericho was using this chance to get one more last lick in with the Jericho Appreciation Society plus the hat guy. What's the hat guy's name again?
Jake Hager.
Well, what? No, he's the hat guy.
He's the purple.
He's the guy hat. He's the guy with the purple hat. He doesn't have a personality or a soul or anything that happens.
The hat has more personality than him.
Has more personality.
Oh my goodness.
He is the hat guy. That's all he's good for, wearing a hat.
Way to go, Jericho. You turned a credible MMA fighter like Jake Hager, a former world champion, and you made him a one-note character.
He's got a hat.
All right. Let's get to the bad segment of the night. And, oh boy, Juan, we're about to get an in-ring promo segment with The Elite, the AEW World Trios Champions, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Your favorite guys, they're marching down. They're carrying on all their wayward sons. I have run out of things to say. Oh, wait, never mind. They were just attacked from behind by the House of Black.
Yay! 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 Yay!
The former NXT champion Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Julia Hart have laid waste onto the Elite, and they're holding the AEW World Trios titles hostage.
Which one of these chuckle fuckers over here is wearing a freaking, like, sunflower romper? That's so stupid. Dude, I know kids. I know boys who are questioning their sexuality who don't even wear froppy little sunflower rompers like that. For crap's sake, man, have some self-respect.
Oh, the dastardly heel bad guys of the House of Black attacked the Elite. As Excalibur called it on commentary, this was a mugging. Oh,
okay, it wasn't a mugging.
Oh, Juan, I'm sure you must be very disappointed that the babyfaces got it blindsided. I'm sure you must feel awfully disappointed. You can't see it, folks, but his facial expression tells me the opposite of disappointment. Hang on a minute. You can tell, folks, that he is happy that the Elite got their asses kicked by the House of Black. They're scheduled to clash for the AEW...
Daddy, more! Please! Bury the crap out of them!
Hold on a minute. Before we get to the rest of the match, we got a $1.99 super chat from Gene Rick.
Lol, thanks for the laugh tonight, guys. You're welcome, Gene Rick. Thank you for your generous donation. Your continued support is greatly appreciated here.
Now,
holy crap in a basket.
So the House of Black are challenging the Elite for the AEW World Trios title this Sunday at Revolution.
Good grief, and it's about damn time. Oh my God! Thank God they're like. I hope that they actually lose it, and I hope that they lose it with some grace. Not, oh hey, no, we're gonna come back for the titles over here. By the way, no, just go away, just go, just go. I do not want Kenny Oblivious and the Young Bucks in the middle of my shows anymore. I don't care how elite they all are. They can go piss up a rope. Go piss up a flagpole, for crying out loud. I don't care anymore. Get them off my screen. They're ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
Why aren't you looking at your phone for Jose?
Because this is now a good time to actually bring up, because like in a recent interview, Kenny Omega actually commented on the situation with AEW All Out in 2022.
Oh, he finally made a comment? Oh, let's hear this one. Why don't you go ahead and send me the article on that so I can actually show the fine folks over here tonight. Okay?
Yeah, let me go ahead and send it to you right now. Give me just a second here. I'm going to share the link. All right, link sent. Go ahead and open it if you can. While Juan is opening it, I'm going to go ahead and talk and get to the main bullet points of this article here.
Get the headline on it over here.
Give me a second here.
Who's it from?
It is from Post Wrestling, and this was dated on February 28th, so on Tuesday, by Andrew Thompson. Let's see here. Skipping ahead, we all know the situation with him. So in the newest episode of The Sessions with Renee Paquette, Kenny Omega joined the podcast and opened up about the AEW All Out situation. He started by talking about how the AEW he came back to after recovering from his injuries. He was wondering what he got himself into and stated that strange things were happening. Omega compared it to a gif of the person walking into the room with a pizza, but the entire room is on fire and he's acting like everything is fine, referencing an episode of Community where Donald Glover was holding the pizza. He walks into the room and all of his friends and everything is on fire and his friends are panicking.
Oh, that episode, yeah. No, yeah. Okay, so so the usual.
He added that the general public might not ever truly know what occurred that night or how it could have been prevented, and that's a shame. Omega mentioned his time playing organized sports, said that there are times when fallouts with teammates happen, but things usually come back together. Here's what he said, and I quote, "I felt that the story I was able to tell with Hangman Adam Page was one that I was very proud of, and I thought that the people were behind him, and I was happy that we were moving forward in a direction that didn't necessarily require me. I felt that now is a good time to get this stuff taken care of. Then I felt like 8 months has passed, and it was time to come back, and it was kind of like the gif of the dude walking in with the pizza boxes and the whole room is on fire, and I didn't get it. I was like, what's with this strange atmosphere? What's with this strange aura? Why does something feel so ominous right now? And I didn't even know. I couldn't figure out, and next thing you know, there was more stuff happening. Again, it's so surreal because it's almost like it never even happened. Of course it happened. I hadn't even gotten familiar with my surroundings yet or refamiliarized backstage with the new AEW at that point because we had so many new people in the locker room and a lot of had happened in 8 months. So to kind of come back and see a lot of old faces and be like, oh hey, but then feel this eerie sort of... It felt like I was in Erie, Indiana for a second. It was like, oh boy, and then stranger things started happening, and I was like, oh man, what did I do? What do I do? This isn't right. Someone needs to be the voice of reason. This is silly, and it's just like things fell off the rails, and we were just involved in a very silly situation that people are probably going to be talking about for months and possibly years to come. I don't know.
Here's the way that I look at it. I've been involved in competitive sports, contact sports on the highest level. Some people on a roster have, some people on a roster have not. But I feel like if you have, you've probably been in a spat or two with a teammate, maybe sometimes a time or two. It might come to blows. It happens. So coming from that sort of background, there was a point to it all where I thought, oh, this just happens. We're going to get over it. Let's just calm down and talk it over. No, nothing is... We're all doing okay here, you know? We're getting it out of our system, no problem. Let's maybe stop, you know? And maybe we just don't live in that world anymore, I suppose. Sometimes there are things, especially now when you're in a multi-million, billion-dollar industry where there are sponsorships on the line, TV deals on the line. It's not like high school football. It's not a little tiff that you would have your fellow amateur wrestling team or maybe someone held a submission too long in jiu-jitsu training. It's not that, and these things just shouldn't even be happening. It's a shame that a lot of people, the general public, aren't ever going to know what went down and how it could have been prevented or how it could have ended differently. That's just sort of how things go. Again, when it's a big business operation, I don't think anyone is happy that it happens or proud that it happened or anything like that. I think across the board, everyone just thinks it was a terrible situation that was unnecessary.
All right, so Juancho,
okay.
Your thoughts on Kenny Omega's take on the situation with All Out?
Okay. That was an extremely long-winded, extremely roundabout way of saying, well, things are different. It's not everybody's hunky-dory with our butt family anymore. And there's some mysterious person who's totally to blame for all this. I wonder who it is, wink, nudge.
Yeah, And
You think I didn't notice that? You think I couldn't tell, buddy? You think we couldn't tell what the hell you were saying here?
Yeah, like, Juan, I know you and I went back and forth about Cody Rhodes' comments about the all-out situation when he was interviewed by Ariel Helwani. Like, yeah, he was being middle of the road. He was being Switzerland. He was being super
super Swiss, and he was being super neutral. He might as well have not said anything at all. But here, Kenny Oblivious just said a lot of crap in order to avoid directly saying, hey, I don't like how the attitude in the locker room has been going lately, and I blame CM Punk for his presence for that. That is the only thing that he needed to say, because all this implication and this little namby-pamby bullcrap way of talking about it, trying to talk around it, we know what your position is, pal. It's not like you're going to, like, bury your butt buddies, the Cucamonga boys, on the podcast of the needlessly beautiful wife of Bloodbag McVampire over here, freaking John Moxley, for Christ's sake. Yeah, no, like he's totally gonna bury Moxley, or rather, he's totally gonna bury the Young Bucks on Moxley's wife's podcast. No, he's not. He's not going to place blame on anyone if he can't name them. And since he's trying to be, we're so much bigger and above the fray, we are so much more kind and understanding than that terrible guy who threw the first punch, CM Punk. You think I'm going to fucking ignore that? You think I didn't notice that? I noticed. People notice. When you read that stuff out loud and you try to read it out and parse it out word for word, there's a lot easier ways to say what he said, but he's such a bumblefuck that he doesn't know how to get his words out.
Yeah, no,
he sent in the
very
chat.
much so.
Again, talking the backstage fight, Kenny says nothing by saying he may not ever be able to talk about the fight. Thanks so much. I needed to not know about a fight everyone wants to see.
Well, the problem is,
see what I mean?
well, the problem is people are going to be talking about it because this whole mess has become ubiquitous. Like
it's overshadowing everything until there's a resolution of some kind. Is CM Punk ever coming back? Is there going to be any announcement about it? Is he going to be allowed to come back to the company? Yes, no, maybe so.
And as for Kenny Omega, we may not have to worry about him for much long because according to recent reports, he signed a contract extension for AEW, and his contract with AEW may be up later this year, later in 2023.
Good.
No word on the Young Bucks.
Get away from us.
No word on the Young Bucks, but just Kenny Omega.
Good. Go away.
Yeah.
Go learn a new hold, Kenny.
I know, right? All right. But now let's get to the main event segment. And this is the final face-to-face talking segment before their main event clash at AEW Revolution. That's right. I'm talking about the final face-to-face segment between the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and the AEW World Champion, MJF.
Nice.
And this segment is moderated by the aforementioned wife of the blood-sucking vampire, Renee Paquette. Hey, yeah, it starts off with Bryan Danielson in the ring with Renee Paquette, and I'm just thinking like, oh man, check it out. It's the Smack Talk reunion of the Smack Talk show from 2016.
Smack and Talk.
All they're missing is The Miz ranting with the Intercontinental title.
Right?
Oh, man. But no. The segment started...
so heated.
He did.
We get it. You're the king of soft style. Own it.
Okay, so Bryan Danielson started off hot, and he's pumped up for Revolution. And then he was interrupted by MJF's music. But before MJF could get a word in, Bryan Danielson immediately shut him down. And then he got on the mic, and he started running down MJF. And he told him that you got exactly what you deserve. And what you deserve was that your girlfriend left you. I mean, your fiance left you. And the fans went crazy. Oh, yeah. He was fired up. Basically saying like he sacrificed a lot to get into the ring, especially when he had to forced retire and then had to work his way back from retirement, and that he urges MJF to bring everything to Revolution for the 60-minute Iron Man match, because if he doesn't, then, in his own words, Bryan Danielson is going to kick MJF's fucking head in. He dropped the F-bomb on TV!
Uncensored?
Censored.
Ah.
It was blurbed.
Okay, still.
But
nice.
Still, whoa! MJF dropped an
F-bombs.
Oh my goodness. This
This
isn't very PG of you, Bryan Danielson.
No, it's not. But then again, Bryan Danielson left the WWE so you wouldn't have to be PG anymore.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which is kind of dumb. I mean, come on, dude. What the hell?
No, it's fine. I mean, if Bryan Danielson wants to wrestle and wants to go intense, then he should go intense. But yeah, this was a great promo segment. Definitely getting me hyped for the main event. And yes, as we mentioned earlier, on next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, we will discuss the main event of AEW Revolution, MJF, Bryan Danielson, Iron Man match for the AEW World title.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. We've got to see how this plays out. Okay, one thing I have to say. MJF is trying to put himself over by saying how broken and dastardly he is. A couple weeks ago, he admitted to vehicular homicide and framing his girlfriend, something that was reenacted with Simpsons clips on Botchamania.
I know.
Another thing he says, oh, I'm so horrible because I hate you because my fiance left me or my girlfriend left me when I proposed to her, and that means you're a horrible guy because you love pro wrestling more than you love your family, and I hate you for that. Like, didn't you say that this life was everything to you?
He's grasping at every little thing.
We get it. You're a bad guy. Can you quit trying to like bring up these fake girls that ruined your life and made you a horrible evil villain? That's kind of misogynistic if you think about it.
But that's the point. Well, that's the point. We're supposed to hate the guy.
I mean, but this is like super like stupidly misogynistic.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like it's not
Clearly, MJF is trying to get nuclear heat, but
I mean, he gets nuclear heat all the time by just being compelling and evocative with his words and stuff. But like, why misogynistic?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Oh well. Now, before we talk about this week's edition of Impact Wrestling, we do need to discuss the main event for Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view event, No Surrender, which was on Friday, February 24th. And the main event of that pay-per-view event is Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, going one-on-one against Rich Swann for the Impact World title.
All right, so let's see how this match turned out. We made our opinions about Rich Swann loud and clear. We're not the biggest fans of him, but he earned his shot. I guess he's okay, but at the same time, like, really, he's not. He doesn't stand a chance against the walking weapon.
No, he doesn't.
Come on, let's see how bad the train wreck is. Let's go.
All right, Juancho, can you do me a favor? Can you please refill me with root beer?
Maybe later.
All right.
How dare you?
All right, so getting into the match. All right, so both of these guys are fan favorites, and yes, we do run down Rich Swann a lot because of what he does, because of his stuff in real life. But there is no mistake that he is a good wrestler, and he actually did manage to go the distance with the walking weapon. It was absorbing a lot of the champion's blows, including the German suplexes, a lot of other crazy moves in this match. It all boiled down into a war of attrition between Rich Swann and Josh Alexander, after both men have brawled for minutes and minutes and minutes on. Like the fans in attendance were going crazy for both Rich Swann and Josh Alexander. At one point, Josh Alexander locks in the ankle lock, and he has the grapevine locked in, so it looked like he had the match won. Rich Swann was able to reverse it and was able to try to roll him up, but only got a 2 count. So after being at war for a long time, these guys start exchanging right hand blows and trying to hit each other with one move after the other.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah. In the end, it was Josh Alexander who nailed Rich Swann not with 1 but 2 C4 spikes to get the win. Your winner, and still the Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander.
Nice. I mean, like, we already knew how it was going to turn out. There's no way that he was going to beat him, but I guess the journey was what was important in this one.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. It was tough for me to, even if you take the whole real life controversy out of the equation, it's tough for me to buy Rich Swann as a main event contender just by the way he presents himself on television.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really present. He presents himself as a mid card guy.
Yeah,
even in Impact, which is kind of sad.
But thankfully, Josh Alexander is moving on to another #1 contender in their upcoming pay-per-view event after Sacrifice called Rebellion, where Josh Alexander will defend the Impact World title against Steve Maclin, who has punched his ticket in as the #1 contender.
Now, Steve Maclin comes off a little bit more of a contender.
Yes, holy shit, yes. Yes, he's former military. He's got like war paint going on and all that stuff. It's awesome.
It's kind of crazy.
It's pretty
Speaking
cool.
of crazy, if you said that in the chat, the way MJF has been on the mic the last few weeks, you would think that the fan theory was right, that Liv Morgan dated and dumped him in real life. Yes, getting dumped by Liv would make a guy crazy.
Oh,
Ouch.
damn.
Damn.
You could say that MJF was left in the world of oblivion. Ha ha ha. Oblivion? No. That's the name of her finishing move, by the way.
Yeah.
All right.
You tried.
All right.
It's
So let's
okay.
go
I
ahead.
recognize your attempts,
Yeah.
but they were merely attempts.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of Impact Wrestling. So, the show opens up with a promo segment. It started out,
Sorry, just a reminder. Josh Alexander still won, bitches.
It opens up with a promo segment. Before the Motor City Machine Guns interrupted, the promo segment started with the Bullet Club, which is Chris Bay and Ace Austin. They're over there celebrating. They've crowed about how they've beaten all the tag teams in Impact Wrestling. They want to stake their claims for the Impact World Tag Team titles. Out come the champs, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, who took umbrage to the fact that the Bullet Club think they've beaten all the tag teams when they've been carrying the gold the entire time. Both teams have agreed to face each other off for the Impact World Tag Titles, and that would be the main event for tonight. This was a great opening segment for both tag teams. That both tag teams are popular in the wrestling scene, and the fans the fans watching got more than what they bargained for. And we'll get to the main event in just a bit. So yeah, great opening segment.
So this is what we've got ourselves leading into.
Heck
tonight.
yeah.
This is going to be crazy.
Another clash of Bullet Club versus Motor City Machine Guns.
Very nice. And this time the gold is on the line.
Yes, this time the gold's on the line and the dynamics are changed. Instead of JY teaming with Chris Bay, it's Ace Austin teaming with Chris Bay. So how about that?
However, we have more exciting Impact Wrestling matches to go through. Let's see what we've got.
All right, for the exciting match of the night, we get the speedball Mike Bailey going one-on-one against Shane Haste, who is formerly known as Slapjack, as part of the failed WWE faction Retribution, one of the most ill-conceived ideas in wrestling.
Oh, snap, it's Dick Lick. He made his way over to Impact. This is incredible.
So a brief history on Shane Haste. Shane Haste, he started in New Japan Pro Wrestling as one half of TMDK, which is an abbreviation for The Mighty Don't Kneel, an Australian tag team along with Mikey Nichols. Then they signed performance contracts with WWE NXT in 2016, and they rebranded themselves as TM61, TM being an abbreviation for the Tomahawk Missile, which is pretty cool name, TM61. I like it. What do you think?
That's really cool, and I'm really glad that Cockblock over here has got some range and personality with his factions.
But despite having such a good run as a tag team, they didn't really get anywhere. As Shane Haste's tag partner was fired from the WWE in 2019, and he was left all alone to flounder in the undercard. He didn't really, and then everything came to a head when he was repackaged as part of Retribution as Slapjack.
Cum Jum really drew the short straw on that one.
Yeah. And then after the team broke up in 20 Thank you. Yeah.
I've got these for days. I've had these in my freaking back pocket ever since this stupid faction Retribution was made.
No, you're fine. The Retribution was the drizzling shits.
It was stupid.
It was dumb. And then after Retribution broke up, Shane Haste was once again floundering in the undercard, only featuring on Main Event before eventually being released by WWE as part of their budget cuts for 2021.
Okay. Yeah, no. It's fine.
It's fine.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
It's fine. He's back in.
Fine.
He's thriving
It's
in New
fine.
Japan Pro Wrestling right now as part of TMDK again. They're doing just fine. He's right now visiting Impact Wrestling with a great match against Mike Bailey, and boy oh boy did they have a great wrestling match.
Fight. It was good. It was so good. Yeah, if he said there's like Shane Haste, whatever he does on Impact will be 100 times better than Retribution was. Almost every member said they hated that faction. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to see what Titbit over here does on his own. without any sort of faction to be saddled with.
Oh yeah, no. Shane Haste, he is very technical in his in-ring prowess, and he was able to match his technical skills against Mike Bailey with Mike Bailey's ground game and his martial arts background. It was a great back and forth match, and the fans ate up all of it. Really great wrestling from both competitors. Of course, Mike Bailey was able to get the win after hitting him with his finishing move, the Ultimo Weapon. I still think that's a cool move. Yes. So your winner, Speedball Mike Bailey.
Like the whole time as well, Shane Haste was trying to mock the martial arts background of Mike Bailey. He was trying to do the freaking the 1 foot like the crane thing from Karate Kid.
Yeah,
he was trying to do that at him, like, ooh, you look at you, your martial arts.
He's trying to get cheap heat.
Like, like, come on, man. Like, you literally ran around calling yourself Dick Splash. Like, you got nothing. You got nothing, man. Well, here's hoping that he does manage to wash the stink of Retribution off.
Oh,
Shane Haste deserves that. He seems like he's got skills.
I think every member is doing a lot better in Retribution. Like, Reckoning went back to being Mia Yim, and she's teaming with AJ Styles and the Good Brothers, so that's good. Let's see. T-Bar has been repackaged as Dijak, and he's in a high...
instead of Dominic Dijakovic, he's now Dijak.
He's now Dijak, and he's in NXT in a rivalry with Tony D'Angelo. Let's see here. Mustafa Ali, he
should not have been the leader of Retribution.
He should not have been the leader of Retribution. That was pretty dumb. He's doing his own thing. And I guess the only one that drew the short stick is Mace, because Mace is right now part of the Maximum Male Models as Marseille.
Marseille.
Ugh.
Grief.
The Maximum Male Models, an example of the last vestige of Vince McMahon's creative refusing to die.
Jesus Christ. It was
much like the old man.
Yeah. Seriously. Vince, just go and just bury yourself in a box.
All right.
Go away. Vicente in the chat mocks the crane kick in wrestling. You will job 10 out of 10 times.
I know, right?
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Dick Split. That's the way the world works.
All right, now and then we get an exciting segment of the night. It started off with just a one-on-one interview with Gia Miller tried to interview the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander putting over Rich Swann in the main event and giving him a lot of respect and praise. And then he also addresses the number one contender Steve Maclin, who later interrupts the interview segment. And both of these guys, like, there wasn't any anger, there wasn't any cheap shots they took at each other. There was just straight up business between Steve Maclin and Josh Alexander, and they're talking about their inevitable clash for the Impact World title.
At No Surrender?
No, not at No Surrender.
Oh, wait,
at Rebellion.
I meant Rebellion. No, we just had No Surrender.
Yeah,
that's why. Is it just me, or does the Impact World Championship just look really good at that angle?
It really does.
Did they polish it up or something?
It's the lighting. It's the lighting and the angle in the position where Josh Alexander is standing that actually makes the championship stand out. Also, the design of the championship actually looks pretty cool.
Snap. Yeah, no, it does.
If you
I'm saying he's got to work on his MP3 player. Are you saying that you need to work on your MP3 player, or you've got something working on your MP3 player?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, case, and the design of the Impact World title looks much better than the TNA World title that they had.
I got to ask, how long has Josh Alexander been Impact Champion?
Ooh, that's a good
good question, because I'm over here like it.
He's been Impact World Champion since, I want to think, maybe April of 2022. We are coming up to one year.
Really?
As Josh Alexander was Impact World Champion. In fact, you could even do fact checking yourself if you want.
Okay, I'm actually looking it up right now. January Alexander. Yeah, on January 4th, 2023, Alexander surpassed Bobby Roode's reign of 256 days, thus becoming the longest reigning Impact World Champion.
Yes!
So, yeah, he is coming up to nearly a year. That is actually damn good. And you want to know what's crazy?
What's up?
You want to know what's really crazy? It doesn't feel stale with Josh Alexander. How is that? And he wrestles nearly every week.
Well, I think it has something to do with Josh Alexander himself. No matter who he is in the ring with, he is good enough to get a great match out of his opponent.
Right? That is insane. That is good. That
And
is damn good.
And based on his range as a wrestler, he's proven that whether he's in the ring like guys like Moose, high flyers like Rich Swann, or Japanese wrestling legends like Tomohiro Ishii, he has proven that he can work with just about anyone.
Excellent. It doesn't feel stale. It doesn't feel played out. It's not like, oh, God, somebody get the belt off of him already. It's like, no. The walking freaking weapon. He comes off like a badass, not a heel badass, but a babyface badass, and not like Teehee John Cena-ish. It's like, no, a proud fighting champion kind of guy.
A proud fighting champion with an array of offense rather than a limited offense. Like I hate using him as example, but the NXT champion Braun Breaker.
I know. Ouch.
Yeah.
Dijak's ex-partner with the dreads is a very sad state, being Mace. This is Vicente talking in the chat. Mace and none of the others want to be in maximum male models unless they become brutal ass kickers, which I will not get. Yeah, no, Mansoor and Mace, they're screwed unless Maxine Dupree decides to drop them or whatever. You guys are losers, just like LA Knight dropped them.
Yeah, I know.
But
remember when they made Mansoor like an international sensation from Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, me neither. Ow.
All right. That being said, this is a great promo segment, and I think their match at Rebellion is going to be a good one to watch.
Hell yeah, that's a damn good one. Okay.
All right. Now
we gotta take the tone down a little bit. We gotta make things suck again.
All right. The Impact X Division champion Trey Miguel goes one-on-one against
PCO.
Perfect Creation 1.
Okay, number 1, this is a non-title match. Number 2, like, PCO, we loved and respected you, dude. You don't have to keep ganking and gooky facing over here, man.
Yeah, leave that to the Young Bucks.
Yeah, please, for crap's sake. You don't handle so much goofy facing. Even Trey Miguel trying to look like X-Pac over here. Yo, fun fact, nobody likes X-Pac. That is not the energy you want, Trey Miguel.
Now, hang on a minute, Juancho. That title still goes to Sammy Guevara, remember? We've talked about this.
Yeah, you're right. Blah. Him being a fuckboy. He said that it doesn't feel stale with Josh Alexander because he's one of the best today. He worked a deathmatch versus Bully Ray and it came off great. Keep in mind that Bully Ray is 51 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
That takes skill. That takes incredible coordination.
Indeed.
All right, so let's get to this.
All right, so I'll admit my own fault in this. I only paid half attention to this match because I was busy trying to get the stream going. But it's
you
like
don't worry about the
they
stream. That's my
tried to make it work. But these are two different guys for two different ring styles, and sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And tonight was just not the night. This match was the drizzling shits. And PCO tried to make it work, but I don't know, man. I just can't get into it. And the match then ended in a disqualification when Eddie Edwards attacked PCO from behind with a shovel, hitting the metal part back first onto PCO. The referee didn't.
PCO was inside the ring, his back towards the stage. Eddie Edwards runs down the stage with the shovel, and this is a long, long shovel. It's like a 5-foot long handlebar. Almost.
Yeah.
And the shovel head looked kind of small in comparison. And it looks like Eddie Edwards is really trying to make sure that the shovel head hits the back of the shoulder of PCO rather than the back of his head. Now, I didn't hear the clang. I didn't hear it tap. I didn't hear any actual impact on it. But PCO clearly winced and he clearly went down and his back.
Yeah.
The referee had her back turned from this because she was checking out Trey Miguel. She turns around. She looks at Eddie Edwards, who is still outside of the ring holding the shovel, and then
calls for the bell.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Here we go. Leaping logic.
Okay. So, earlier on Dynamite, we had Orange Cassidy and Big Bill in a match. Big Bill threw Orange Cassidy through a table.
And the referee saw it in plain sight.
Right in front of the referee. No disqualification called. No bell or was wrong. The match was continued.
Right.
Whereas in this match, PCO gets slapped on the back with his with a shovel, not seen by the referee, by Eddie Edwards hitting him with a shovel, and calls for the bell. What are these rules? What the hell, people? What kind of stupid referees are they? The idiot referee in AEW should have called for the bell at that North American Championship match when he went put him through the table, because I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that shit in the middle of matches. I'm sure you're supposed to have a 10 count in there somewhere. And number two, last I heard, when the issue was if you hit someone with a foreign object in the middle of a match, the referee hears it, but they don't see it. They can't confirm it. They don't always call for the bell. I've seen them do it with, what's-his-face, with the Eddie Guerrero belt swap thing, right?
I remember that.
Yeah, like, that Eddie would grab the belt, look like he's going to throw, hit the guy with it, lobs it at him, throws himself back, bumps on the ring nice and hard, and then you call for the bell from there because Eddie's like rinsing, like, he hit me with the belt. Is that the logic we're going for with the shovel thing on PCO?
I have
what?
I have no idea. Then after the match, the more security officials are trying to break up Eddie Edwards and PCO. PCO went to the top rope, and he obliterated all the security personnel with a diving moonsault, and he chased Eddie Edwards as Eddie Edwards fled into the crowd, and PCO was left in the middle of the ring standing and wailing with the shovel in his hand. So clearly, this rivalry, this nothing burger rivalry between Eddie Edwards and PCO will continue.
Come on. Come on, man.
I think this is another rivalry that I just wanted to end. Can we please move Eddie Edwards on from this? Can we please move him on from this?
Hey, Eddie, I hear ROH is hiring.
But
not you. Let me see. Vicente does not feel... Oh, yeah, we said that. Jerry Lynn would say he likes X-Pac from the days in Global Wrestling. I like X-Pac until he used spin kicks every other move. And yeah, the camera was right on it, hitting PCO's shoulder. Then Rainwell was saying that, PCO got hit in the head. Like, no, it was the back of his shoulder. We could all see that.
How did you miss the mark on that, Matthew Raywalt?
Rainwell did.
Bro, come on, man. Taz and Excalibur, even they would have called it right.
Wiggle, Macho, Mania. No, he wouldn't. Get away.
Yeah, you're
Taz. No, please, Taz. Just please.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God, what? Hey, is this the right segment,
This is the right...
We're supposed to be talking about the bad segment of the night.
This
for
is
Impact.
the bad segment of the night.
No, there's Mickie James in the ring.
Yes, but let me explain.
But this is Mickie James. She's the Knockouts world champion.
Yes, she is the Knockouts world champion. It started off with Mickie James basically parading her victory over Masha Slamovich at No Surrender. The championship reign continues on, but she has some unfinished business with Jordynne Grace because there was a controversial finish in their last match at Hard to Kill in January. Juan, we've talked about this. How
we did.
How Mickie James actually did tap out, but the referee never saw it. It's hard to call yourself an undisputed champion when the win can still be disputed. You know.
Wait a minute. Nothing said about undisputed.
Oh yeah, you're right. She's not undisputed champion, but the finish can still be.
Yeah, the finish is contestable.
The finish is contestable. However. Mickie James, before reaching Jordynne Grace, runs into a roadblock. The roadblock being the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw, who's gained some extra muscle, along with the fashion guy right behind her. She's also employed Savannah Evans as, you guessed it, a bodyguard. Savannah Evans went from being a bodyguard to Sasha Steelz to now being a bodyguard for Giselle Shaw. Damn, is she ever going to break out as her own woman?
Nope.
And Giselle Shaw, I love the woman. She's great. She's amazing in the ring. But her promo segments is just not good. Like, her mic work, she doesn't really sound empowering as when she cuts a promo. And it felt like she was dragging the promo segment a little bit too long. Like, she was making the claim that whoever wins between Mickie James and Jordynne Grace, she has next on the championship. Mickie James tried to get Giselle Shaw to challenge her right here, right now. And then Giselle tries to back off saying, oh, no, but, I have these nice clothes on, I don't get it ruined, all that stuff. And then out came the former Impact Knockouts World Champion, Gail Kim. I don't have a photo. And Gail Kim...
How do you not have a photo of Gail Kim? I thought you loved her.
Because she was only there for a few seconds to make an announcement and then leave.
Yeah,
and
she's the head of the Knockouts division, isn't she?
Yep, she's declared that next week on Impact Wrestling, Mickie James will defend the Impact Knockouts World title against Giselle Shaw.
And then the winner will go on to face off against Savannah Evans?
Against Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, you're right. No, my bad.
At Sacrifice!
Are we going to get any more Steiner math from that? I wish we could. That would be
we-
so wonderful.
That would be good.
But
the segment was all right with Mickie James, but it took a nosedive when Giselle Shaw got on the mic. She just doesn't sound compelling when she cuts her promos. And I'm sorry, but I want to see Savannah Evans as a single star. Like, come on.
Like, she's got to quit being a muscle bodyguard, a heavy for someone else.
Yeah, I know. Come on. I know she could do more than that.
Nope. No, she's not going to try. She's comfortable in this role.
Careful. The last thing you want to do is to rest on your laurels.
No, you're right. Complacency breeds, weakness.
Exactly.
And she does not need that.
No, she doesn't. But no worries, because the excitement kicks up, because now we're getting to the main event, and it's for the Impact World Tag Team titles as the Motor City Machine Guns defends the titles against the Bullet Club. This was an excellent match. Juan and I got to see it live. It started off with both the Motor City Machine Guns using their 2-on-1 advantage, isolating Ace Austin away from Chris Bay, and basically hitting overwhelming Ace Austin with so many double team moves.
Ace Austin got wrecked so hard.
He got wrecked so hard in the beginning. But then the Bullet Club were able to fire back. They knocked out the Motor City Machine Guns from the ring, and they also did simultaneous suicide dives through the ropes, wiping out the tag team champions. It is awesome.
Oh, crap. Oh, damn. That is so crazy.
But, of course, during the match, Chris Bay got into a little bit of a problem. The Motor City Machine Guns were working over Chris Bay's arm, mainly Alex Shelley, to soften him up for the Motor City stretch. Now, the match continues on as both men are going back and forth. Another war of attrition. Another cool spot that happened was when the Motor City Machine Guns hit Chris Bay with the Doomsday device, their own version of the Doomsday device.
Like a Doomsday device with by using a missile dropkick instead. Ow! Holy crap!
The Road Warriors would be happy.
They would be proud.
They would be proud.
They would be very proud.
And then after that...
They're so proud.
Yeah, then after that, Alex Shelley tried to pin Chris Bay, but after the count of 2, Alex Shelley transitioned that pinfall and turned it into the Border City stretch.
Yep, his own version of like a crossface, label lock sort of finisher over here. The thing that folks need to realize is that even though it kind of looks weird that Chris Bay's left arm is behind Alex Shelley's back over here, you have to remember the idea is that you're stretching him out while at the same time leaning back against the arm to make it so that they can't reach around or try to get any sort of hold, and so that they can Shelley is like putting the weight of his torso and like his upper body up against the inside of the arm to like wrench it out of the socket.
Exactly.
So there is a logic to that. It's still like, okay, if it's done right and if someone gets the mechanics of that, it'll look devastating. Here it just looks like Chris Bay's just holding on to him like, please don't hurt me. I won't hurt you, but I'll just cross my hands over your face. Okay. You're a good friend, Shelley.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. It's just an observation I've got about the.
No,
about the
you're
submission.
fine. You're fine.
Like,
It's okay.
do it right. It looks horrifying to be in. Do it wrong. It looks like a horrible hug.
That is true. But then we get to the end of the match as one of the
you guys are not going to believe this one.
As one of the members of the Motor City Machine Guns was thrown out of the ring, the Bullet Club have the other member in their sights, with Chris Bay hitting his finishing move, the Ultimate Finesser. And then afterwards, Ace Austin hits his finishing move, the Fold. And then they pin the Motor City Machine Guns in the ring to get the win. Your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, The Bullet Club. Ace
I didn't
Austin
believe
and
it when I saw it. And
Ace Austin and Chris Bay.
Dude, Bullet Club have won the Impact Tag Championships. Oh my god. Okay, that is crazy. Like, I haven't seen Bullet Club hit any sort of victory in a while. Now, I know it's not just these two guys, or is it?
Right now it's just two guys and their leader, the Switchblade Jay White, who's right now a free agent. He is no longer assigned to New Japan Pro Wrestling. He has yet to make a splash in any major wrestling promotion, whether it's going to be AEW or Impact Wrestling, or, and this will be a big stretch, the WWE.
I doubt that he'll be in the WWE. They probably don't like that. But if he does, they better have him join the OC and join up with AJ Styles and Mia Yim. At least he'll be around folks he'll know.
Absolutely.
Holy crap.
All right, so my final thoughts on the shows. For Impact Wrestling, it started...
the matches are over, so...
The matches are over, so go ahead and ring that bell. So, final thoughts. So, for Impact Wrestling, it was a good show. They started off strong with the Bullet Club segment with the Motor City Machine Guns, and they ended with the Bullet Club crowned as new champions. All the other matches were pretty solid. I think the best one out of it, as I mentioned earlier, was Shane Haste versus Mike Bailey. It's good that Mike Bailey was able to get another awesome match out of the Australian. The promo segment with Giselle Shaw. Giselle Shaw needs a lot of improvement done with her mic skills. Mickey James held her own just fine. That's okay. And as for their next week's clash, I think they're pretty much telegraphed that Mickey James is winning and will be facing Jordan Grace in a rematch. What do you think?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It is going to happen. Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, I felt like, okay, on the one hand, all right, they're trying to avoid putting too many matches on the pay-per-view like they've done for the past 3 years. I know there were some complaints from people that that AEW puts on too many matches to stack for their pay-per-views.
Real quick, Vicente Guerrero was saying that Border City stretch looks like the crippled crossface of Chris Benoit got in the ring very, very drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he forgets which way to put the arm. Like, no, I'm not supposed to put it between the legs and wrench it out. I'm going to put it over this way. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but getting back to Dynamite, we're
trying not to humanize Benoit, apparently.
On the one hand, I get it. They don't want to overstack the pay-per-view. But on the other hand, it kind of feels like they've also hot-shotted themselves just to try to get, grab that million number ratings. The Face of the Revolution ladder match was fun. Yeah. Oh God.
Do you love me?
The Face of the Revolution ladder match was fun. They had a casino tag team battle royale, which I think was not fun, and I think it completely undermines the entire AEW tag team division because it's basically like a loser's second chance battle royal for those who competed in the first battle royal last week.
So, and it turned out that it feels kind of like a stretch, but then again, the right team won in terms of fan popularity.
Danhausen and Orange Cassidy.
So, after which they had this weird little backstage segment where Danhausen grabbed a boom mic, even though the interviewer had a microphone. Why do they have a boom mic?
I don't freaking know.
He grabbed it out from the top like, yes, we're going to take every single championship belt and we shall be glorious and we're going to put it inside Orange Cassidy's backpack. And Orange Cassidy was even left just saying like what he said.
No, the segments, the promo segments that they had with Moxley and Hangman Adam Page were compelling, emotional stuff. Not gonna lie, Hangman Adam Page, he's not at the level of mic skills as Moxley or CM Punk or Bryan Danielson or MJF, but he can talk. So.
Okay, being on there, he's going up against a former AEW World Champion. He himself is a former AEW World Champion. You've got to learn the work over here, buddy. I don't care if you don't think you should be learning from anyone else or listening to anyone else's advice. You dumbass. Freaking learn. Listen when people are trying to coach you. They want to help. They know that if you win, they win. What is your freaking problem, you arrogant little drunk? And Moxley, for crying out loud, you're putting Blade out of business here.
Choose life, Moxley. Choose it.
choose it and keep that lifeblood inside you
Yeah.
instead of drinking it.
Now the
putting it inside you. That's so weird.
Now the bad segment is, of course, the Elite being attacked by the House of Black, and the reason
What
why
are you talking about? That's the greatest segment of all time.
yeah, but here
Screw the Elite.
no, hang on a minute. Let me explain why.
Why?
Because there wasn't that much interest. There wasn't that much build to their trios match for Revolution.
Okay, so it's bad in terms of it objectively not making sense or
They just slapped it together at the last minute. Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
No promos, no nothing.
They had one video package of the House of Black, but then that's it.
Okay, so that's the issue. It's the issue that it was shot out and nobody cares and it's got no heat coming in.
It's got no heat coming in, and all it's doing is just to try to fill up the pay-per-view card. That's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Powerhouse Hobbs winning the Face of the Revolution ladder match was definitely the right call, and I think Powerhouse Hobbs definitely deserves a shot at some championship gold. I think it's time for him to start wearing some gold, because he's awesome.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah. Now, this week's edition of NXT was also a lot of fun. I'm happy to see that Nathan Frazier is back from injury. He had a great opening match with Wes Lee. The main event match with Carmelo Hayes going over, getting the win over Tyler Bate was also fun as well. Miko Satomura once again getting a great women's match out of Zoe Stark ahead of her championship match against Roxanne Perez next week. A lot of other segments that were actually firing on all cylinders, save for the backstage assault, writing off Wendy Chu. Oh, who is this dastardly bitch that's attacking everyone at the parking lot? Where the hell
Who
is
is this
security?
person? What in the world? What in the world is this person? Who could they possibly be? Also, Vicente is also saying you could almost hear the Cena burying Roman about mic work. It's called a promo, Adam. Learn it, kid.
I know, right?
Ah!
Now, all the other segments were actually pretty good. I think the best segment on NXT was again the Gigi Dolan segment, because she did sound a little bit more organic, unscripted, and she actually brought a little bit of her own personal elements into the promo, which just got the fans even more invested into Gigi Dolan as a single star. And I think that she's going to do really well. Either she's going to continue, either she's going to stay in NXT a little bit longer, along with JC Jane, to try and capture singles gold, or because they were so popular as a team as Toxic Attraction, I think they're going to be called up to the main roster after WrestleMania is over.
You really think so? You think it's about time?
I think it's about time.
I really hope so, because
Yes,
it is about damn time.
Absolutely. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, that's going to do it for next week's. So tune in next week's edition for Wrestle Rewind, where I will cover MJF versus Bryan Danielson in the 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Title at AEW's Revolution. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. But until then, Juan, plug us away.
Do not mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all friends in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose as he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Get to review every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell, become an interflocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse, and this is wrestling.